Hello everyone and welcome into today's reaction video. Are you ready to watch a movie with me? Because I am ready to watch a movie with you, and today we are watching Alien from the year 1979. Welcome back to all of the returning viewers, and if you are new to my channel because you wanted to watch a new reaction to Alien, welcome in. My name is KL, and this corner of the internet is where I watch movies for the first time and I let you know what I thought of them. The reason we are watching Alien today is because I put this up in a sci-fi poll that I put on Patreon back on August 15th, and it won with a whopping 70% of the votes. It was up against Signs, Dread, and Under the Skin. I'm really excited to watch this movie today because I have actually played through the first 6 hours of the game Alien Isolation, which to my understanding is kind of a sequel to this movie. I believe that you play as the daughter of the main character in this movie in the game. I will admit that Alien Isolation was not an enjoyable enough experience for me to continue playing the game. However, my main frustration with the game was not the story or the horror aspect. It was honestly just navigating the areas that I was finding myself in. Story-wise, I really enjoyed what was happening, so maybe after watching this movie, I will be motivated to fire up the game and give it another go. In terms of what I know about this movie specifically, I don't really know the story. All I know is that it stars the wonderful and amazing Sigourney Weaver. I have only seen her before in the movie Avatar and Galaxy Quest, which was actually just the movie I watched previously. If you have not checked out that reaction, please click up here to do so. I assume that the story of this movie is going to be very similar to the story that I experienced in Alien Isolation, at least the first part of it, but I am expecting things to be a little bit different. I guess we'll see. I'm excited to find out. As always, if you are someone that has a copy of the movie Alien and you prefer to watch along with me to the entire film and see every possible reaction moment, you can do that over on my Patreon for just $2 Canadian per month, and with that you also get access to every full-length reaction to the movies that I've watched on the channel. Feel free to also check out Patreon if you are interested in voting on future movies for the channel, if you want to see exclusive reactions to TV series, and much more. That's all I have to say. So with that, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let's press play. The Nostromo. 7 crew members, mineral ore, returning to Earth. This looks just like the game. I wonder if it's the same ship, because I feel like the ship in the game was also called Nostromo. I can't remember. It was a few months ago that I played the game. I'd probably remember more if I had finished the game, but kind of curious if the aliens look the same too. My guess is yes, but who knows? I feel like this is setting the scene already so well because I already have goosebumps and like nothing's happened. I should have mentioned in my introduction, and I forgot to, I have not really watched that much horror. It's a genre that I tend to avoid. I don't mind horror when it's done well. I'm more of a thriller girl. I do expect to be jump scared a handful of times in this movie. Oh, is the whole crew in here? Looks like it. The slow transitions are really cool. I feel like
before we dock, I think we ought to discuss the bonus situation.
Park and I feel that the bonus situation has never been on an equitable level.
Well, you get what you contracted for like everybody else.
Alice, mother wants to talk to you.
Yes,
this room is really cool with all the lights.
Morning, Mother.
Where's Earth?
You should know.
This is commercial towing vehicle Nostromo out of the Solomons. Registration number 180924609.
This ship is very impressive.
Nothing.
Keep trying.
This
I
is
found it.
commercial towing vehicle
Just short of Zeta 2
Nostromo.
reticuli.
Registration
We haven't reached
number
the outer rim yet.
Omega
So how are we
Traffic
doing
Control.
out
Do you
here?
read me? Over.
Well, I think I know why they don't come down here. It's because of you. You don't have no personality.
Some of you may have figured out we're not home yet. We're only halfway there. Mother's interrupted the course of our journey. She's programmed to do that should certain conditions arise. They have.
SOS.
I don't know.
Human.
Unknown.
There is a clause in the contract which specifically states any systematized transmission indicating a possible intelligent origin must be investigated.
I don't want to hear
We
it.
don't know that's intelligent.
I want to go home and party.
Parker, will you just listen to the man?
Mood.
Penalty of total forfeiture of shares.
Oh, so they don't get the money if they don't help.
20 seconds.
It's cool seeing a movie where the ships are moving really slowly, or at least they just appear to be moving really slowly. I feel like we're also used at this point to seeing like light speed traveling when it comes to space movies, and I don't know, just find it neat, that's all. Oh dear.
Give me a straight answer. Is the whole breeze?
How long before it's functional?
What?
It's 17 hours, fella.
At least 25 hours.
Any response yet?
No, absolutely nothing. Except the same transmission every 12 seconds.
I'll volunteer to be in the first group to go out.
Yeah, that figures.
So it seems that they've landed on a planet like in our solar system, but just like really far out. That part's not clear to me yet, if we're in our solar system or if we're in a whole other system.
I can't see a goddamn thing!
Good contact on my board.
Guaranteed by law to get a share.
What?
Why don't you just fuck off?
What? What'd you say?
Queen.
Can't see a goddamn thing.
Quit griping.
I like griping.
Come on, knock it off.
How's it going?
Oh, all right.
Putting that transmission through ECIU.
Mother hasn't identified it yet.
You mind if I give it a shot?
Please do.
So it seems to me like Mother is like the AI on the ship. Oh, kitty. Hello. I had a cat just like that when I was like 5 years old, and I have not had a cat since. What is that thing? That looks like a crashed ship.
Ash, can you see this?
Yes, I can. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, that view is so cool. I feel like as they get closer to it, the video is starting to get messed up a bit.
Ash, if you can see this,
I'm going back to the console.
Oh, I keep getting shivers and goosebumps. So I'm assuming that whatever is in here is going to be aliens. This feels like it was made by aliens. The sounds right now have me so on edge. Oh, that's like it looks like a skeleton, I just noticed. Kind of like sitting in there.
Alien life form. It's been dead a long time. Looks like it's grown out of the chair. Bones have been outward, like he exploded from inside.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Don't think that's happening though.
Mother's deciphered part of it. It doesn't look like an SOS.
What is it then?
Well, it looks like a warning. I'm gonna go out after them.
What's the point? I mean, by the time it takes to get there, they'll know if it's a warning or not, yes?
Those almost look like cocoons, kinda.
I don't know, but it's like the goddamn tropics in here.
Oh wow, this place is big.
And it's full of leathery objects like eggs or something.
Eggs, cocoons, yeah. See, I thought that was water at first, or like...
A layer of mist just covering the eggs that reacts when broken.
Careful. They're like alien eggs.
Appears to be completely sealed.
I don't know if you should touch one. God, that is just made me jump. Damn it.
Wait a minute, there's movement. It seems to have life. Organic life.
I would step back if I were you, sir. Or, you know, get closer. That's also fine. Should have stepped back.
What happened to Kane?
Something has attached itself to him. We have to get him to the infirmary right away. Open the hatch.
Wait a minute. If we let it in, the ship could be infected. You know the quarantine procedure.
24 hours for decontamination.
Could you open the goddamn hatch? We have to get him inside.
I can't do that, and if you were in my position, you'd do the same.
Ripley, this is an order. Open that hatch right now. Do you hear me?
Ripley, this is an order!
I read you. The answer is negative.
Inner hatch open.
Okay, I didn't realize that this had happened. Holy shit.
What the hell is that?
Also, I feel like they should be wearing stuff covering like all of their skin and not just the nose and mouth. Like their eyes aren't even covered. I love how calm Kane is. He's just chilling and breathing. Also, I wonder how he's breathing exactly, because this alien thing is covering his whole face.
It's tearing your skull. I know.
And it's also gonna strangle him.
What's it got down his throat?
I would suggest it's feeding him oxygen.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains the breathing.
Now, we're assuming it's feeding him oxygen. If we remove it, it could kill him.
I feel like Kane is dead either way. It's gonna strangle him. It's gonna kill him. Ugh.
That crap's gonna eat through the hull.
Yeah, Kane's definitely dead, I'm assuming.
Next deck.
There it is. It's got a wonderful defense mechanism. You don't dare kill it.
I would throw that pen away if I were you.
Well, the sooner we patch this thing up and get out of here, the sooner we can go home. This place gives me the creeps.
Same. The thing with Kane, too, is like he can hear everything, but he can't speak back right now. I would not want to be him in this situation. I also wonder, too, like if this alien thing is going to grow at all, or maybe like use Kane to grow and Kane ends up like turning into the alien, or if like other aliens maybe are trying to like find this one and then more aliens end up on the ship.
That's amazing. What is it?
I don't know yet.
It's a fair response to an alien.
Well, as I said, I'm still collating, actually, but I have confirmed that he's got an outer layer of protein polysaccharides, shedding his cells and replacing them with polarized silicon, which gives him a prolonged resistance to adverse environmental conditions.
I feel like that's a good start.
Well, it's an interesting combination of elements, making him a tough little son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I've jeopardized the rest of us, but it was a risk I was willing to take.
It's a pretty big risk.
That is a very big risk.
Science officer. It's not exactly out of the manual, is it?
I think you should have a look at Kane.
Why?
Something's happened.
Uh-oh. One thing I find very interesting is how chill everyone appears to be considering the situation and what's going on. I feel like for the fact that Kane has a literal alien attached to his face. The alien's gone. Oh no, that's not good. Looks like the alien didn't even leave a trace of anything on him. Jesus.
Sorry.
Kane? Down.
Cover it with a damn thing, will you? That's fine.
That's a reflex action.
Seems dead enough.
Well, good. Let's get rid of it.
For God's sake, this is the first time that we've encountered a species like this. It has to go back. All sorts of tests have to be made.
Ash, are you kidding? This thing bled acid. Who knows what it's gonna do when it's dead?
Anything that has to do with the science division, Ash has the final word.
How does that happen?
It happens, my dear, because that's what the company wants to happen. They replaced him 2 days before we left Thetis with Ash.
I don't trust him.
Walk in the park. We fix something, we stay fixed, don't we, Brett, baby?
Just give me the short version. How far to Earth?
10 months. Oh, God.
Damn. I mean, makes sense though.
Dallas, I think you should come and see Kane.
Has his condition changed?
It's simpler if you just come and see him.
Oh, hey, he's awake.
How you doing?
Terrific.
He doesn't seem terrific.
What happened to this guy when he back on?
This group seems like a lot of fun. I feel like I'd love to be part of it.
Get some decent food. I can dig it, man.
Can't be picky about the food when you're out in space.
I don't know what it's made of. I'm eating this.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter? You choking?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
He's gonna vomit out like an alien arm, isn't he?
Hey, what's the matter? I'm trying.
Oh, God!
Yo.
No, no, don't touch it! Don't touch it!
Rest in peace, Kane. And now y'all got an alien on the loose.
Anybody want to say anything?
Wait, are they sending him out into space? They're not even bringing the body back? Oh my god. Wow, they really just yeeted him.
Shouldn't damage a little bastard, unless its skin's thinner than ours.
Didn't Ash say that it was like super protected?
2 teams. Ash, Lambert, and I. Ripley, you take Parker and Brad. Catch it, put it in the airlock.
I feel like they should be wearing some protective gear, but at the same time, Buddy was in like a full-on spacesuit and the alien was still able to get through it, so probably just easier for them to walk around as they are. I also feel like the net's not going to do much if they're even able to capture the alien in the first place.
I stick together.
I wonder if it's hiding in one of the suits. Or there, maybe?
All right, now.
Wait, don't let him go!
What the hell are you doing, man?
It's a cat.
I love that they have a cat on the ship. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Jones.
Oh, I love the name Jones. I'm worried that something's going to happen to him next by this alien. Because now he's all by himself. I feel like the alien's going to come out and... I feel like we just have the perfect setup for that in this moment. Okay, cat's gone. But that... Yeah. Careful, Brett. I'd get out of there if I were you. Are we sure this liquid is safe? And where is it even coming from?
Come on, baby.
Yep, here we go. Brett's behind you! Oh my god. Oh yeah, this alien's grown quite quickly. I love the cat just standing there watching. All right, 2 down, 5 left. I wonder if Ripley is going to be the only survivor.
It's using the air ducts to move around.
All right, there's only one big opening along the way. We can cover that up, and then we drive it into the airlock and zap it into outer space.
Yes, well, it's adapted remarkably well to our atmosphere, considering its nutritional requirements. The only thing we don't know about is temperature.
Okay, what about temperature? What happens if we change it?
Let's try it.
Parker, can you rig 3 or 4 incinerator units?
Evaluation of current procedures to terminate alien. Unable to compute. Available data insufficient. Possible procedure requesting options. Unable to compute. Available data insufficient. What are my chances? Does not compute. We have no guidance. But I feel like, of course, we wouldn't have guidance because if this is the first human encounter with an alien, computers would not have the data to be able to advise, right? Also, this movie was made in 1979, but it's not clear to me if, like, the story is taking place in 1979 or if it's meant to be in the future at some point. I think there was a year established in Alien Isolation, the game, but I can't remember. I will look it up after. That must be really awkward to try to walk through an airlock with, or an air vent. Air duct?
Ripley,
Yes.
close all the hatches behind me.
I'm feeling very nervous for Dallas right about now.
Sure that it's not there. I mean, it's got to be around there somewhere.
Uh-oh.
Dallas, are you sure there is no sign of it? I mean, it is there.
Dallas?
Look in all directions, Dallas. Up, down, left, right, forward, backward.
Am I Claire Lambert? I want to get the hell out of here.
Oh, God, it's moving right towards you. Get out! Oh, no, not that way, the other way, God!
Jesus.
Dallas?
No.
Take it easy. Dallas. We found this laying there. No blood, no Dallas.
3 down, 4 to go.
I say that we abandon the ship. We get the shuttle and just get the hell out of here. We take our chances and...
That's not a good idea.
Shuttle won't take 4. Well, let's talk about killing it. We know it's using the air shafts. Will you listen to me, Parker? Shut up!
Cool. Ripley's like, I'm over all your shit.
This one needs refueling.
Will you get it, please? Ash, go with him.
No, I can manage as you.
As soon as anyone ends up alone, I'm like, they're gone. So now Parker's next, my guess is.
Ash?
Also, Lambert, I feel like is ready to
Any suggestions from you or Mother?
get the hell off the ship.
No, we're still collating.
I find that hard to believe. I've got access to Mother now, and I'll get my own answers. Thank you.
I don't think you're getting answers, because Dallas didn't get any answers. I'm rooting for Parker, but I don't have high hopes. My gut tells me that Ripley's the only one getting out of here alive. Also, I recognize these things from the game because you use them to save the game, and they were spaced out as you went through the game. All right, Ripley, time for you to find out that Mother has no answers for you, unless something has changed since the last time, but my guess is no. Quest for wow, I can't read. On science inability to neutralize alien, unable to clarify. Request enhancement, no further enhancement. Special Order 937, science officer eyes only. Emergency command override, what is Special Order 937? Rerouted to new coordinates. Investigate life form, gather specimen. Priority 1, ensure return of organism for analysis. All other considerations secondary. Crew expendable. Ash.
There is an explanation for this, you know.
Rude. I want to hear your goddamn explanation.
I don't like Ash anymore. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, you asshole. He's been... Does he have an alien inside of him? I love the naked women on the wall. What is he doing? Oh my god. Ah! Ah! Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Never mind. Ash is next. Did not think that. That is fucking terrifying though. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Also, Parker has all that goop on him now.
It's a robot. Ash is a goddamn robot.
Robot or just alien infected? This is genuinely horrifying. Oh my god.
Come the company sent us a goddamn robot.
All I can think of is they must have wanted the alien for the weapons division. He's been protecting it right along.
So it is a robot. It is a robot. This is so wild.
Ash, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What was your special order?
Bring back life form. Priority 1. All other priorities rescinded.
In a damn company. What about our lives, you son of a bitch?
I repeat, all other priorities are rescinded.
There's gotta be a way of killing it. How? How do we do it?
You can't.
Bullshit.
You still don't understand what you're dealing with, do you? Perfect organism. I can't lie to you about your chances. You have my sympathies.
That smile at the end. Ew.
We'll take our chances in the shuttle. Blow up the ship.
Can the shuttle travel 10 months though? I feel like the shuttle's only meant for short-term travels. Good call. I would have done the same. Oh, you know what? That looks like the robots in the game. They look like they were... I feel like I'm gonna go back to the game after this movie is over. I feel like I gotta finish what I started.
Come back up here, I'll shut the switches off and we'll blow this fucker off into space.
You're just hoping the alien didn't, or isn't gonna make it into the shuttle? Because that would be terrifying.
Jones?
I hope Jones is not a victim of the alien. That's gonna really suck.
How you doing?
Fine.
Jones? Jones?
Okay, is Kitty okay? Kitty looks okay. Please put Jones away safely. Thank you. Oh, the way this is filmed is very creepy.
Get out of the way, man! You're gonna kill us! Driver, for Christ's sake, get out of the way! Get out of the way, Linus!
That's so creepy.
Get out of the road!
So I was right. Ripley, last one standing. And the cat, for now. Oh, destruction system. Ship will detonate in T-minus 10. Damn, okay. I mean, she is the only one left, so I guess she can call the shots and decide what to do. This is probably a good option at this point.
The emergency destruct system is now activated. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-minus 5 minutes.
So she basically has 5 minutes to decide if this is really what she wants to do. I wonder if the alien's gonna like go there and somehow deactivate it. Girl, maybe you should look the way you're going. You're gonna back up right into the alien. Ah! Wait, did she leave the cat?
Mother! I've turned the cooling unit back on!
The ship will automatically destruct.
You bitch!
You know what? Maybe Ripley doesn't end up making it out. I'm no longer confident that she will survive. I'm glad that I don't remember, like I feel like Alien Isolation started off by maybe referencing this movie in some way. I'm glad that I don't remember if it did or not.
You now have 1 minute.
Okay, it's time to hustle. Oh my god, let's go. Oh my gosh, cutting it close, cutting it very close. Let me guess, the alien is here. Personally, I'm hoping it's not, but I feel like the alien might be smart enough to have gotten on here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I got you.
I'm still a little concerned. Jonesy. Glad the kitty made it out all right, but I feel so uneasy. God. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Damn. I would say the suit is a good strat, except the alien got on the ship to begin with by breaching a suit, so... Oh, that's disgusting. That's gross. It's like a mouth inside the mouth. Inside a mouth.
Lucky, 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 lucky.
Got goosebumps again. Oh, smart. Okay. The robot said nothing would kill the alien, right? Wait, where's the cat? All right, that worked out really well. Oh, well, maybe not. No, maybe not. Yeah? Good stuff.
A report of the commercial starship Nostromo. Third officer reporting. The other members of the crew
Are gone.
and Captain Dallas are dead. Cargo and ship destroyed. I should reach the frontier in about 6 weeks. With a little luck, the network will pick me up. This is Ripley, last survivor of the Nostromo, signing off.
I'm very relieved that she made it out. Oh, and the cat is still here too. Beautiful. The end. We are done. So that was Alien, and I really enjoyed that one. I would rate this a 4 out of 5 stars. I think this movie still holds up really well today, and I was very impressed. Totally understand why this movie has the ratings that it does, and it completely fulfilled my sci-fi loving heart. So the first thing I want to talk about with this movie is the pacing, because I noticed the pacing immediately, and normally I'm not a huge fan of super slow paced movies. 2001: A Space Odyssey is my least favorite movie ever, and the reason is just because of how slow it was. And I won't lie, the first 30 minutes or so of this movie, the pacing definitely reminded me of 2001, but I had high hopes, and I'm like, I feel like it's not going to be like this the whole time. Even though the pacing in 2001 did not work for me, I think the pacing really, really worked here. And I say that because I didn't feel bored at any point during this movie. I feel like for this movie, the slow pacing really allowed for tension to build up, for fear. I got goosebumps multiple times, so it definitely worked. I'll also say that I think the pacing really worked for me for this movie because of the fact that I had played about 6 hours of Alien Isolation, and there were definitely periods of that game where things were slow. There wasn't a whole lot happening. It was just me by myself on this massive space station, and I kind of just had to navigate my way through, and it felt slow, but it was still fun. So I think I probably just expected that subconsciously, maybe without realizing. The story in this movie was, in my opinion, super simple, but super effective. I absolutely loved the crew and how they all interacted with each other. And I think what I love most about the crew and the story in this one is that the crew were not astronauts. They were not going out and exploring. They were literally just workers doing a job and bringing back the required materials to Earth and expecting their paychecks. And that's literally how the movie opened, was them talking about payment. And to make a comparison, they reminded me a lot of the Belters from the Expanse series. Ash ending up being a robot or an android or whatever you want to call him was, for me, completely unexpected, but totally welcomed. I loved how this movie only had 7 characters in it, and I also liked how Sigourney's character Ridley was not really the main character until like an hour into the movie. I think all the actors did really well. The story was great. The casting was great. The acting was great. And what a movie to launch Sigourney Weaver's acting career with, too. The practical effects in this movie, holy crap, they were so well done, especially for the late 70s. I did Google some like fun facts about this movie, and I read that during the chest buster scene, the crew was not told that there would be blood, fake blood, being sprayed towards them during that moment. So all the reactions that we saw during that scene were like very legitimate and very real. And I love when movies do this. So fun. That moment is definitely a memorable moment for me from the entire movie. I thought that was a great scene. But there's 2 other scenes in this movie that I like more. The first one is when we find out that Ash is a robot android kind of guy. I'm gonna say from the time that he started leaking whatever it was that was leaking, like the drips going down his face, all the way through until Parker blasted him with the flamethrower. That whole scene was so well done and so awesome and so creepy and so scary, and the practical effects were really well done, and I just loved it. 10 out of 10 scene. I will remember that for the rest of my life. And then the other scene that I like a lot, probably my second favorite scene out of the 3 that I'm talking about, second favorite would be when Ridley realizes that the alien is on the shuttle with her. Because if I put myself in Ridley's shoes, it's like, okay, you've been fighting this alien for God knows how long. You finally have blown up the ship. You're on the shuttle with your cat. I feel like she finally went into a mode of like, okay, I can finally relax and be calm. I'm about to go lay down for the rest of the trip home. And then all of a sudden, she realizes that the alien is just right over there. And I don't know, that was just such a great scene. And then she went immediately into like, okay, I gotta get rid of this alien mode. And then you think she's got rid of the alien, but then it ends up still being attached to the ship. Please ignore my phone. I really need to start turning it off when I record these. Yeah, that whole scene with like getting the alien gone for good was just such a great way to close off the film, and I really, really enjoyed that. In terms of the overall filming and the design of this movie, I really enjoyed it. I love the design of the ship, and because I had played some of Alien Isolation, I love that the game developers of that game took so many elements from this movie and they basically like recreated it in game form. I recognized a lot of the ship just because I had played some of that game before. Like I had mentioned, I can't remember what it was that she like pulled out and put in, but that same kind of mechanism was done as like the saving feature of Alien Isolation. Thought that was really cool. I also think the exterior of the ship was really well designed and very unique. And I guess the only thing I really have to compare that to is like Star Wars, because Star Wars came out 2 years earlier, but they were making this movie a year after Star Wars came out. So I don't know, it just looked different. It looked like its own unique thing. A+. The soundtrack for this movie was really cool. I think the music was suspenseful when it needed to be and not suspenseful when it didn't need to be. And the music did a really good job of just creating that tension and fear within you while you were watching the crew figure out what they needed to do. And I really enjoyed the music. A++. It was great. Speaking of Star Wars, I did also read that because of the success of Star Wars, there all of a sudden was this huge demand for science fiction that like didn't really exist before. And the writers of this had already had the script ready to go for Alien, and it was like ready to be made basically. So it's definitely no surprise to me that this movie did so well. For myself, I'm trying to like picture myself back in 1979. I was not alive then, but I could not imagine seeing a movie like this, especially so soon after Star Wars, which blew people's minds. So please tell me if you were someone that watched Alien shortly after it released. I want to hear your experience. Please let me know, like, what did you think of this movie? Do you have memories from watching it? Like, what was the reception like? I would just love to know. I just want to touch on one of the questions that I asked during this film was, when does it take place? I don't recall anywhere in the movie they mentioned the year. I also, when I looked up the overall plot of this movie, which I always like to just read over the plot after I've watched the movie to make sure that I was not confused by anything. Even the plot didn't mention what year it was set in, so I ended up looking up Alien Isolation again, and that game was set in 2137, which is 15 years after the events of Alien, which puts Alien in 2122. I also knew that I recognized the name Nostromo, and I couldn't remember if that was like the ship that we were on in Alien Isolation. It's been a few months since I've played the game, but I did double check that, and how Alien Isolation starts off is you play as Amanda Ripley, who is the daughter of Ellen Ripley, and she learns that the flight recorder of Nostromo has been found. And the flight recorder was placed on a space station called the Sevastopol, and that is where you travel to as Amanda Ripley, and that's where you start the game off, is on Sevastopol. Like I said, I've only played about 6 hours of the game, so I don't know what happens after that point. I feel like now I definitely need to fire the game back up and finish it, probably on my own time. I don't think I'm going to do it on my Twitch stream, which is where I did play the game the first 6 hours, but I think at this point I definitely would like to finish what I started. I'm not sure that I have anything else left to say about this movie, aside from that was great. I really enjoyed it. That was wonderful. Definitely rewatchable for me. Now, I know that Alien is a whole franchise, and there's more movies that come after this, and I think there's some movies that have been made that take place before this one. So my question for you is, would you want me to watch more movies in this franchise? Please comment below and let me know. And with that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this with me today. And if you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click here to do so. Make sure you turn on notifications so that you get notified of any live streams, premieres, new videos that I upload on the channel. And if you want to continue on watching one of my videos, please click over here and have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, everyone.